foreign direct investment inflows to Ghana in 2022 dropped by 39%. This decline is attributed to a combination of factors, including a stagnant landscape for new projects, reduced activity in international project finance, and mergers and acquisition deals. Bridgewater also cited the economic slowdown and a challenging business environment. Some UK tourists are spending thousands of pounds on flights to try to get out of Israel, describing the situation as horrendous. Each person will be charged £300 for UK Foreign Office arranged commercial flights. Many commercial carriers have suspended flights after Palestinian rocket attacks and Israeli airstrikes.
Now, has imposed a 15-year jail term on the founder of defunct Capital Bank, William Ato Essien, for stealing over 90 million Ghana cedis belonging to the bank. The court held that Essien had failed to pay the restitution of this to the state per the agreed terms with the Attorney General. We have more on this later this evening on News 360. But then away from that, Ghana has been ranked the fourth highest recipient of remittance inflows in Africa by the World Bank. The country recorded some $4.7 billion in remittance inflows last year, forming 6.1% of gross domestic product (GDP). The following three Business News Desk report has more.
Remittances are a rapidly growing and stable source of foreign exchange inflow to several developing economies like Ghana across the world. Remittances through official sources far exceed the size of official development assistance. They are more stable than foreign private flows, such as portfolio investments like Eurobond markets. These have become more important as a source of external financing for countries in the post-COVID era. According to the World Bank, in 2022, remittance flows to low and middle-income countries increased by 8% to reach $647 billion. In sub-Saharan Africa, remittances flows reached $53 billion in 2022, a 6.1% increase from the previous year of 16.3% in 2021. Remittance inflows to the region are, however, projected to rise by 1.3% in 2023 and 3.7% in 2024. Egypt was the largest recipient of remittances in the region, with $28.3 billion in 2022. Egypt was followed by Nigeria with remittance inflows of $20.1 billion, while Morocco was ranked third with remittance inflows of $11.2 billion. The $4.7 billion remittance inflows in 2022 makes Ghana the fourth largest recipient in Africa. Algeria placed ninth with $1.8 billion. DR Congo was ranked 10th, receiving $1.7 billion in remittances.
So let's now bring you Ghana's remittance inflows over the last couple of years. Now you see that in 2014, the total remittance was $2 billion, but the figure jumped to $5 billion, over 200% increase in 2015. 2016, we see some drop to $3 billion. It rose steadily to $3.5 billion subsequent year, maintained the next year, and then continued in 2019 to $4.1 billion. It's increased marginally over the period from 4.1 to 4.3, 4.5, and then finally $4.7 billion in 2022. Well, we have over the phone lines Patrick Amankwah to give us his perspectives on this update. Thank you so much for your time, sir. First off, how much of a big deal is this amount, especially on its impact to the Ghanaian economy?
Yeah, so anytime we get inflows coming into the country, there are various benefits that we get from the inflow. The first one has to do with the influx of foreign into the country. These funds are coming in sometimes dollars, pounds, or euros. And once they come in, they go through the banking system, and it gives Bank of Ghana a bit more foreign that it can give to businesses that will need to import from outside. So once these businesses need to import from outside, these sort of remittances that Bank of Ghana has are given to these importers for them to get access to the items they are buying from the outside the country. So that's one benefit. The second benefit is that once it goes through these banks, the banks also have access to these funds by way of getting some commissions, which leads to profitability for these banks, in addition to the various sectors that they find themselves in the various homes that they are coming to. So these are the benefits that normally we get from remittance, apart from the forex that we are getting to stimulate import. Also, the banks will get some kind of charges from it, which is revenue to their bottom line of profitability.
Interesting point there, but Patrick, we do know that the balance of payments shows that not all of this 4-point-something billion was recorded in the books of the government. We saw just about 2 billion, indicating there that concerns have been raised by the activities of some fintechs outside the country, that these forex do not necessarily come into the country. This should be concerning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit concerning if we are getting this quantum of inflows coming in, but in terms of the funds routing through the appropriate means for the economy to benefit from, if we are not getting the impact of these economies or the sectors or the places that the funds have to pass through, then it's a big concern, because the importance of these funds coming in through the official channel is what I said, is going to boost the economy. So if it's not coming through our appropriate or official channels, then we are not going to get the extreme or the full benefit of such remittance that we are recording as Ghana being the fourth in Africa.
Well, Patrick, a penny for your thoughts. You are the financial analyst. What realistically, briefly, is a solution to this problem?
I think that the solution has to do with what other channels are these funds coming in. And I think we have been talking about maybe the central bank looking at what other avenues are people using to transact business or move money into the country beyond maybe transfers through the banks. We have this issue of cryptocurrency that is rising. People are using funds transferring outside into Ghana. But these things are not regulated. So once they are not regulated and people are doing it anyway, it tends to give us a bit of the low side of it in terms of running through the economy. So if you don't regulate all other aspects that people can transmit money into the country, then this problem is going to continue unabated.
Thank you so much. Patrick Ba is a financial analyst. We'll bring you more perspectives on this particular subject in our subsequent bulletins. But let's now move to the currency market and bring you updates. From currency, we turn our attention now to the commodities market to bring you updates on how prices have fared today. Cocoa has seen some increase, $56, selling at $3,488 per ton. Gold, however, has lost some value marginally by $2.85. It's trading at $1,871.51 per ounce. Crude oil, however, has also gained some marginal increase, $0.83. It's trading at $86.65 per barrel. Well, that will be all for today's edition of Business Brief. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe.
Chicken on this side, extremely juicy, very flavorful. They managed to get the spices to penetrate. The wache on its own as well, very good. The presentation, excellent. The carrots are cooked to perfection, crisp, tasty. The stew, the egg as well.
So yeah, no, so it's actually nice to actually have the traditional food with no extra